Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another video of Koof and Hoof with your man Hoof doing his top 10 of his favorite LRs. So we're gonna get straight into it and we're just gonna start off with our number 10, LR Physical Janemba. I know what you're thinking. I'm right. LR Physical Janemba. Now, I think he is one of the coolest cards that is blessed Dokkan. Because Janemba was always a menace in the anime, and when they brought this card out, you felt like he was a menace. So when he teleports into whatever dimension he is and then comes out in front of you and presents himself and has a purple, like, glowing eyes, you feel like you're in trouble. You feel like he's about to do things to you that are not legal.
Right to jail, right away.
But I have him there at number 10 because he really accomplishes that fear, okay? Now we move on to number 9. Physical LR Metal Cooler. Now, this one here, I won't lie, this one here doesn't have the most amazing, super awesome, animation. I think relative to Janemba, he's actually below in animation. But what I really like about this Metal Cooler is I feel like he encapsulates the essence of the entire movie, to be honest with you. All right, because you go from the form of, oh my God, who's this shiny new being when he first pops up? He's got sparkles, dazzling, everything like that. And then he takes damage and it shows his arm, damage and he's repairing, and then he goes a step further into the metal core, which, is the ending of the movie. It's like, spoilers. It's the process of the beginning of the movie to the middle of the movie to the end of the movie. You verse Metal Cooler, you find out that he's still alive in his Metal Cooler, and then you find out he regenerates, and then after finding that out, you're now in the Metal Core, which is where you need to be to finish the whole thing. It's a progression of the movie, and overall, this card just looks really cool, and I love the anatomy of this cooler. It looks so cool. So now, number 8. Number 8. We're gonna follow up with another cooler. STR Full Final Form Cooler. Although he is honestly my number 1 favorite card, he's probably my favorite card in the entire game. I put him in the number 8 spot purely because animation-wise, he doesn't keep up with a lot of the other cards. Okay, the reason I put him in number 8 slot though is it's the overwhelming presence of Cooler and his Supernova. The angle, you just feel like you're about to get copped by that thing. It's really cool, and plus the lighting, the detail in the anatomy, the lighting, it's all so cool. And I feel intimidated. I feel like I am about to just get wiped. And I feel like that this card is one of the rare few cards, and actually Koof said the same thing, where you can feel that intimidation. You feel the presence of this cooler. It's amazing. I love this cooler. Now, number 7. We've got the 8th year GT boys. Now, I know you're thinking, wow, so low? Like, they should have been so much higher. No. Let's put it like this, okay? In their base form, they're really unimpressive. They're not really all that special, okay? And, if you think they are, then that's great, but I don't think they are. I think they're pretty basic, okay? Where it gets good is their standby card. This card has to be one of the coolest looking cards. Honestly, the only reason they're so low, though, is because of the base form. I think the Spirit Bomb and the light beaming down from the Spirit Bomb, plus the gang of Goten, Trunks, Gohan, and Vegeta, they're all really cool. But I'm not super massive fan of this card. I think it's really cool. They're still in the top 10 relative to so many other LRs, but I think they're in the number 7 slot just because of the base form, and I don't particularly like the anatomy of the Goku. Now, number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the gods. I don't care what anyone tells me, they're not worse than the GTs. GTs are definitely worse, okay? The gods have a way better detail, have way more cooler effects to the whole thing. The coloration is just off the charts, and just all the different waves, the flame around it, and then when it the flames go down, you see the aura of the blue kick in, which leads beautifully into their awakened card art. Where it is just them powering up the Kamehameha and the Gallic Gun at the same time, just like the movie. It is So cool. It's so cool. They've done like a perfect recreation from the movie into a card, and I love every bit of it, honestly. It's so cool. I will note though, the reason they're number 6 is purely because when they go into their blue state, the continuous charge up, you know, it's pretty meh, it's nothing special, you know, it's pretty standard. Many other cards have the same thing, okay? Like they feel like they feel like they're transcending what it means to be a Super Saiyan. And that's what I like about them. Like, they're not just Super Saiyans, you know, they're gone. Now, the number 5 position has to be the 6-year Evolution Blue Vegeta. Evolution Blue Vegeta has to be one of the coolest looking cards ever. I think both 6 years have some of the greatest anatomy you'll ever see in all of Dokkan. From the anatomy being like on point, to the hair being on point, to the aura just looking disgusting. And then when he goes into the costume state as well, the body just looks so well done. Like you can appreciate it for its all its glory. But I really like this card, and I think he looks beautiful and stunning. All right, guys, now we move on to number 4th position. UI Goku from the 6th year. I feel like you could have guessed this coming, right? UI Goku, when the 6th year came around, it was so disgustingly cool. From the hair glow, to the environment, to the detail on the anatomy was phenomenal. Okay, the same thing as I said of the Vegeta. The anatomy on this Goku is just, it's flush. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And what makes him even better is the hair glow. And I personally love the hair glow as the main reason I like this UI, and the main reason I put him as the number 4th. It's purely because, obviously when he transforms into UI, that's what happens. But it really, that glow really feels like he is a transcended being. He is now entered a state where he will just demolish you. And the environment around him, you feel the intensity of the battle. You're sitting on the edge of your seat going, oh my God, I love it. I honestly love it. Easily number 4 for me, without a doubt. All right, guys, now we get to the number 3 position. Got 3 more left, oh my God. In the number 3 position, Beast Gohan. I look at it and I think this card is so fluent and has so many different colors associated. Also, you know, has such beautiful transitions. It really encapsulates the transformation. You know, like Elijah Nemba, where he comes to the front of it when he transforms to Beast Gohan. I think that's really cool and really unique. And I think the anatomy is really well done as well. I can't say too much how I feel about that one, considering I think I feel like with the 6 years, I knew they were great. With Beast Gohan, I'm a little unsure about. The main reason I love this card is because it is just so fluid and it has such a variety of colors and really encapsulates the transformation. Now, number 2 position, the Dragon Ball Z 8th years. The reason I would say I put them as my number 2, the spirit bomb of this card actually makes up a large percentage of why these guys are number 2. The base form looks really cool. There's nothing super special about them, I will admit. I love the electricity. Like, it takes me back to classic Dragon Ball, you know? Or Dragon Ball Z, sorry. Where Super Saiyan 2 and above, there was electricity everywhere. And electricity was so cool. So when you enter this part of the animation where there's electricity going everywhere, like, you're feeling the power and you can feel like they are strong. They are very, very strong people. There's a lot of yellow in it, which I actually don't mind. I think the yellow looks really cool. And I just love the background. The background looks really nice on, you know, Elder Kai's planet. I think this base farm looks really cool. But when you go into the Spirit Bomb, oh my God.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Like, I honestly could have put him in the number 1 spot just for this Spirit Bomb alone. You know, going from the different phases of Vegeta to Shenron, and then to him going Super Saiyan, which looks absolutely filthy. It looks so good. And the coloration of it all, it all looks so nice. You know, the accents of blue of gold, so cool. And the Spirit Bomb looks great. And the electricity coming off the Spirit Bomb, and like the animation in the Spirit Bomb, and it starts to build and build. It just looks so good. Easily number 2 position, purely just because of the Spirit Bomb. All right, guys, and for the number 1 position, Ella Tech Power Awakened Piccolo. Yes, I feel like this one was a bit obvious. Power Awakened Piccolo has to be one of the coolest cards in all of Dokkan. Just like Gohan, it's so fluent The flow of it all is just so beautiful. I just like the stance of the Piccolo. You know, that moment where he's in the air, he looks so similar and looks so cool. That part where Shenron comes in, it looks like it's a transition phase from, you know, regular Piccolo to Power Awaken. It's a static period. You know, it's almost like an anime where, you know, you're about to get beat, and there's just like this internal monologue that happens for the next like 2 minutes that passes, and then goes into, you know, the remainder of the fight. Like that's what it reminds me of, that state of transformation. Then you go into his transformation state as Power Awakening Piccolo, and the aura just looks like so cool. And then he comes to the front, you know, and there's that darkness initially, and then it lights to show him in full. It all looks so cool. And the coloration, the anatomy, it's stunning. Alright guys, well there's my top 10 LR rankings. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Again, it's all subjective. Thank you for watching. Toodaloo. Woo.